Greetings students, welcome to our English lesson. Our lesson today will be on to-infinitive or infinitive without to, ing form also known as gerund, and exclamatory sentences. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to write the correct form of verbs in brackets on quizzes and choose either how, what, so, or such to complete the dialogues on quizzes. Without further ado, let's begin our lesson. If you have your full Plus textbook, please turn to page 99 and read through the examples for to-infinitive or infinitive without to. Can you tell me the difference between the two? If you answered to-infinitive consists of to plus the base form of the verb and infinitive without to consists of the base form of the verb without to, then you are absolutely right. Now you may ask, but when do I use the to-infinitive and infinitive without to? We use the to-infinitive to express purpose. For example, he called to wish me happy birthday. We also use the to-infinitive after certain verbs such as afford, appear, arrange, choose, need, and a lot more. For example, Laura needs to buy a new car. We use it after the objects of certain verbs like advise, allow, encourage, expect, persuade, etc. For example, it was Glenn who persuaded me to apply for this job. We use the to-infinitive with too and enough, as in the soup is too hot to eat. We also use it after the structure it plus be plus adjective. For instance, it's difficult to read his handwriting. Next, we use the to-infinitive after certain adjectives like afraid, surprised, free, happy, ready, sorry. For example, at last he was free to do what he wanted. And we use it after verbs followed by a question word like who, what, which, where, and how. For instance, did you know how to answer the examination questions? On the other hand, we use the infinitive without to after modal verbs. We say, can you tell me what's wrong? We don't say, can you two tell me what's wrong? We say, we may go to the cinema tonight. We don't say, we may to go to the cinema tonight. We use the infinitive without to after the verbs let and make. For example, Faye always makes me laugh, or my brother doesn't let me drive his car. And we use it after would rather and had better. For instance, I'd rather go to the cinema tonight, or you'd better tell me the truth. Now, can you come up with your own examples of to-infinitive and infinitive without to? If you remember what we did from our previous lesson, I had asked you to read the text on page 98. I want you to find the examples of the to-infinitive and the infinitive without to from the text. Let's move on to ing form or gerund. Read the four sentences. We use the ing form of a verb, which is called gerund, as a noun. Do you remember what is a noun? A noun refers to a person, animal, or thing. When or how do we use it? We use ing forms as subjects of a sentence. For example, fishing can be very relaxing. We use it after certain verbs such as like, love, hate, enjoy, prefer, finish, start, etc. For example, I just finished reading Harry Potter. We use it after certain expressions like don't mind, can't stand, be interested in, it's worth, etc. For instance, Louis is interested in taking up a language course. We use it after prepositions like for, of, about, without, etc. For example, Helen is thinking of buying a new car, or that knife is for cutting meat, not cheese. We use it after the verb go to indicate physical activities such as we go skiing every year. Now, can you come up with your own examples of gerund? Let's go back to the text on page 98. I want you to do the same thing you did with the to-infinitive and infinitive without to. I want you to find examples of ing form from the text. Now, turn to page 101 and read through the examples. How colorful these fish are! How well you swim! It's so beautiful here. This is such an exciting trip. Can you tell me why people use exclamatory sentences? We use exclamatory sentences to emphasize the meaning of the adjective or adverb or noun. We use how and so before adjectives or adverbs, like how wonderful, how beautifully she sings, or it was so funny, he plays the piano so well. We use what and such before adjectives and nouns. What a beautiful day! He's such an unusual man. Can you come up with your own examples of exclamatory sentences? You have come to the end of the video. Our next activity will be done on quizzes. I have prepared 2 sets of questions on quizzes. Follow the links that I have shared to do the activity. Thank you, and I will see you in our next lesson. Goodbye!